Welcome to Kotlin Station.
Hello friends, welcome to our channel. In this video, we will be seeing how we can build our first application in Android using Kotlin. So let's start. First, what we need to do is that we need to open our Android Studio ID. After opening the ID, we can see this particular view. Using this view, we can create our application. Android Studio is an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Using this tool, what we can do, we can create our application. Some integrated tools are available in this particular application. Using these tools, what we can do, we can create our application, we can debug the application, as well as we can see the output of an application. So as you can see that on the left hand side, a project menu is available. Using that, we can create a new project, open the existing project, or we can get VCS, that is versioning control. So we can get us a project connected with a GitHub, so it will be always available for us and we can control its versions too. Next is what customize. Whatever the theme that you want for this particular ID, we can select this theme, this high contrast or light theme if you want. I am going with this Dracula, which is a default theme. Then whatever ID font that you want, you can select the font. Then some key maps which are available, and for ID that we are using, that is what Android Studio, the key maps is what the shortcuts that we are having is the same that we used to use in a Eclipse. Okay, so some plugins are also there. Suppose that if you want to use Flutter over here, then we need to install a Flutter plugin, Flutter application that we need to create. So it can be installed by searching Flutter over there, and by clicking on this install button, we can install the Flutter. Then if you want, you can different tutorial is available to us, and we can help of this tutorial we can learn Android Studio over here also. So we will be clicking on this project. In order to create our first Kotlin application, we will be clicking on this new project. After clicking on this new project, in the earlier version of an Android Studio, we are not available with this particular option. Like for empty activity, we can select and we can start creating an application. But now in this version, right from a Flamingo, we are having these two things like empty activity and empty view activity. So we will not go for this empty activity because it will be using a Jetpack Compose in order to create your application, and we want to create our application, that is what a simple coding application that will be created using views. So we will be selecting the second option over here, and then we will be selecting next button over here. Then what we will be giving some appropriate name to our application, like we are creating a first application, then we'll say first application. Okay, we have to mention the package name. Package name has to be unique and it will follow the company web address to whom we are creating. For example, our company address, that is what our channel address, the website is what coderstation.in. So we will be writing a reverse of in. So it will be like in.coderstation. Then whatever the name that we have given to an application, it will be written over there. So it will be the package that will be created over. It is very important that it has to be used. Then we will be specifying the location. By default, it will be storing in a Android. It will be storing in the documents, and there will be some Android project folders that will be there, and in that will be stored. But if you want to store at some different location, we can select a browse option over here, and we can select a location where we want to store this application. I am selecting CS Android project, and where I'll be storing the application. then we have to select the language in which we have to create a application. So if you want to create an application using Java, then you will be selecting Java as a background language, and if you want to select a Kotlin, then we have to select a Kotlin. So right now our tutorial is based on a Kotlin, so we will be selecting a Kotlin language. Then the minimum SDK that we need to select, like for example, if we will be selecting the latest version, sorry, if we will be selecting the latest version, as you can see that only 15% all over in the world the device can use this particular application that you will be designing. So what we need to do is that we have to select some SDK, software development kit, that we need to select, that will be the application that you will be developing has to run on the maximum device all over in the world. So as you can see that whatever the application now you are creating will run on the 92.4% of the device, so it's okay. So what we'll do, we will go with this particular SDK and we will click on this finish button. After clicking on the finish button, it will take some time to build the application. Okay, it's now built properly, so now we can see that. So as you can see that each and every application will be divided into two parts. One will be the XML file and the next one will be the Kotlin file, that will be what .kt file. So whatever the designing that we need to do, we will be using this XML file to design an application, and next we will be using a KT file to write down the background code for that particular design. So as you can see that as we are having a main function in a whatever language you might be knowing, or C language or C++ language you might be knowing. So whatever the program starts with the main function, in a similar phase we are having a main activity, and through that we will be starting with an application. So in that we can see that this particular function suggests that set content view. So this particular .kt, that is what a Kotlin file, belongs to the design of a particular XML file which is mentioned over here, that is what activity_main. So this is what an XML file. So we will be designing a particular page that we want to display in a particular application, and that for that particular page or a face that we are designing over here, we will be writing a background code over here. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, so we can design simply by dragging and dropping the particular views. These particular controls are nothing but known as the views. So we can directly drag and drop down the views over here in an XML file. Like button, if you want, you can drag and drop down the button over here. Again, a particular designing can be done with three things. First one is what total coding. The XML file is there, so we can write down the code of an XML file and we can design whatever the particular face that you want for a particular application. Then we are having the split view. So in this split view we can code over here an XML file, as well as whatever the coding that you are doing for that, what design that will be created, that you can see on the right hand side part of this particular window. And next one is what the design part, where we can directly design the things. Like over here the text view is been there. So if you want new text view, we will click over here and we can drag down the text view over here, and after selecting the text view we are having is attributes. So using this attribute, what we can do, we can do the changes like hello world is there. If you want, you can do change is in this like hello world. Coder station will write down, so it will say hello world coder station. The same thing will be reflected over here, hello world coder station. Then okay, and again the same attribute, you can see that the text attribute that we have changed over there in design view is been reflected over here. And if you want to change the size, you can also do it programmatically over here. So we'll say that 30 SP, SP stands for scaling pixel. Then we can see the design split view, we can see. So over here the particular hello world coder station and the size of that particular text is also changed. So now what we can do is that we will run this application. For running the application, what we need to do is that we have to click on this particular run symbol which is available over here. First, what we need to do is that we need to start with in a device manager. We will be starting our AVD, that is Android virtual device. So in this virtual device we can see how our application will look. So now a phone is getting started, virtual device is getting started, and now as it is been started, what we can do, we can run the application that we have created. So as we will be running the application, it will be getting installed in a particular mobile phone which is a virtual device that we have created, and we can see the output over it. By the meantime the project is running, we can see the structure which is there, that this and main activity.kt file, that is what Kotlin file, we will be getting it in a Java folder which is there in this particular folder, which is a package folder name. And then over here we will be having a Java folder, Kotlin file, which is a background file where we do the coding. And next is what the layout file, which is this XML file where we are doing the designing of it. Now you can see that our application is getting installed in a virtual device that we are created. Now we can see that whatever we have designed, it is displayed on a mobile. Okay, thank you for watching this video. For more such video on Android, stay connected with us. Thank you.